If your mornings have become quieter, if you feel like your confidence is slowly fading, and if you have been hiding the frustration you feel inside, I want you to listen very carefully today. Because what I'm about to explain may completely change the way you look at men's health after 60. After years of working with men who thought their best days were already behind them, I have discovered something that many men never hear from anyone. Weak erections are not always caused by low testosterone. In many cases, the real problem is much simpler and much more common. It is poor blood circulation. And here is the part that surprises most men. The answer is not always an expensive medication, a complicated procedure, or a product promising instant results. Sometimes, the first step toward improving circulation can come from something very ordinary sitting in your local grocery store. A simple vegetable. Something you can add to your morning routine. Something that may help support blood flow, energy levels, and overall male vitality when used consistently. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, a men's health specialist, and for years I have helped older men understand their bodies, improve their health habits, and regain the confidence they thought they had lost forever. Today, I want to share a natural, science-supported approach that many of my patients have found valuable. A simple morning habit involving a food that most people walk past without realizing its potential. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you will continue receiving practical health information that can help you protect your strength, energy, and confidence as you age. And I would also love to know something from you. Tell me in the comments where you are watching from. Your stories and experiences help me understand the concerns that men around the world are facing. Now, let's start with something important that many men over 60 are never told. Erections do not simply disappear because you have reached a certain age. That is one of the biggest misunderstandings about male health. Many men believe that getting older automatically means losing sexual function. But the truth is more complicated. Often, the issue is not that your body has stopped working. The issue is that the blood is not moving as efficiently as it once did. And one of the key players behind healthy circulation is something called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a natural substance produced by your body. Its job is to help relax your blood vessels so that oxygen-rich blood can move freely throughout your body. And when it comes to erections, this process is especially important. An erection depends heavily on blood flow. When blood vessels relax properly and allow enough blood to enter the penile tissue, the body can respond naturally. When circulation becomes restricted, that response becomes weaker. When you are younger, your body usually produces higher levels of nitric oxide. Your blood vessels are more flexible. Your circulation works efficiently. That is why many younger men never think about these processes. Everything seems automatic. But as men move beyond 60, several changes can occur. Nitric oxide production can decline significantly. The arteries can become stiffer. The inner lining of blood vessels, known as the endothelium, may become less responsive. And slowly, the strong blood flow your body once created can become reduced. It is not because you are broken. It is not because your body has failed you. Your body is simply sending you a message that it needs more support. And this is the part many men can relate to. The effects are not only physical. When a man struggles with erections, it can affect much more than intimacy. It can influence confidence. It can change how he sees himself. It can create emotional distance in a relationship. Many men quietly carry this burden because they feel embarrassed to talk about it. They think they are the only ones experiencing these changes. But they are not alone. I remember a patient named Charles. He was 71 years old when he came to see me. He looked discouraged and frustrated because he felt that a part of himself had disappeared. He quietly told me, "Doctor, I haven't been able to have a full erection for more than a year." For many men, admitting something like that requires a lot of courage. Instead of immediately focusing only on medication, we looked at the foundation of his health. We looked at circulation. We looked at daily habits. And I suggested a simple change: a morning glass of fresh beet juice. About 6 ounces each day. A small adjustment, but one that could support the body's natural ability to produce nitric oxide. 2 weeks later, Charles called me, and his voice sounded completely different. He sounded surprised. He sounded hopeful. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like myself again." That moment reminded me of something important. Health improvements are not always about complicated solutions. Sometimes, supporting the body's natural systems can begin with small and consistent changes. And that is why today, we are going to break down exactly why so many men over 60 experience these struggles and what steps can help support better circulation. Let's begin by understanding the first major mistake many men make after 60. They ignore the importance of nitric oxide. From a biological perspective, nitric oxide acts like a communication signal inside your body. It tells your blood vessels when it is time to relax and open up so blood can move more freely. When nitric oxide levels are healthy, circulation becomes more efficient. But when those levels decline, the blood vessels may not respond the way they should. For men, this can become especially noticeable because erections require a strong and consistent flow of blood. Without proper circulation, the body may struggle to create the same response it once did. But the impact is not only physical. Many men describe feeling like their body is no longer listening to them. They feel frustrated. They feel disconnected from the confidence they once had. And over time, this emotional weight can become just as difficult as the physical symptoms themselves. The good news is that circulation is something we can support. The body is not a machine that simply stops working after a certain age. It is a living system that responds to the signals we provide through our daily habits, nutrition, movement, and lifestyle choices. The second mistake I often see is ignoring the importance of timing. Many men focus only on what they eat, but they forget that when you consume certain foods can also make a difference. For men over 60, the morning can be a powerful opportunity. Your body is naturally going through important processes after waking up. Hormone levels are changing. Your circulation system is becoming active. Your body is preparing itself for the day ahead. This is why a nutrient-rich morning routine can be especially valuable. When you provide your body with the right nutrients at the right time, you give it better support for its natural functions. This is where beet juice becomes interesting. Beets contain natural nitrates. These nitrates can be converted by your body into nitric oxide. That process helps support blood vessel relaxation and circulation. But timing matters. If you delay your intake or skip the routine completely, you may not receive the same potential benefits. Think of it like giving your body the right message at the right moment. The third mistake is starting the day with foods that work against your goals. Many traditional breakfast choices may seem harmless, but they can negatively affect circulation when consumed regularly. Processed meats, sugary pastries, refined carbohydrates, and excessive amounts of caffeine can create problems. These foods can contribute to blood sugar spikes. They can increase inflammation. They can affect the way your blood vessels function, and they may interfere with the same circulation process you are trying to improve. Imagine trying to build a strong fire while constantly pouring water over it. That is what happens when your daily habits are working against your body. You are trying to improve blood flow, but your choices are sending opposite signals. This does not mean you can never enjoy these foods. It simply means that your everyday routine should support your long-term health goals. The fourth mistake involves preparation. Many men hear about beet juice and think that any form will provide the same results. But the way you prepare and consume it matters. Fresh beet juice, blended beets, and high-quality beetroot powder can all be practical options. However, quality is important. Choosing a reliable source and preparing it correctly helps ensure you are getting the natural compounds your body needs. There is also a small detail that many people never consider. Your mouth plays a role in the nitrate conversion process. Certain healthy bacteria in your mouth help transform nitrates into compounds that eventually support nitric oxide production. This means brushing your teeth immediately before drinking beet juice may interfere with this natural process. Small details can create bigger differences than people realize. The fifth mistake is expecting overnight results without consistency. Many men try something once or twice and immediately decide it does not work. But the body does not rebuild circulation systems in a single day. Your blood vessels, metabolism, and overall health respond through repeated habits. A single glass of beet juice is not a magic solution, but a consistent routine combined with healthy lifestyle choices can provide meaningful support. This is the approach I recommend to many men over 60. Keep it simple, keep it realistic, and focus on building habits that your body can maintain. A practical morning routine can begin with half a cup of fresh beet juice on an empty stomach. For men who prefer another option, blending a small beet into a morning smoothie can also be an easy alternative. Another choice is using 1 scoop of high-quality beetroot powder mixed into warm water. The goal is not complexity. The goal is consistency. Along with this, your breakfast choices matter. Foods like boiled eggs, avocado on whole grain toast, or a small handful of nuts can provide better support for energy and overall health. These options provide nutrients that work together with a healthy circulation routine. At the same time, it is wise to limit processed meats, refined sugars, and excessive caffeine, especially early in the morning. Your first meal of the day sets the tone for many of the processes happening inside your body. The way you start your morning can influence your energy, focus, and overall well-being throughout the day. Now let's talk about the small details that can make this morning routine even more effective. Many men focus only on the main ingredient, but they forget that the way you use something can influence the results you experience. One important timing detail is simple. Avoid brushing your teeth immediately before or immediately after drinking beet juice. The reason is connected to the natural bacteria in your mouth. These bacteria play a role in helping your body convert the nitrates found in beets into nitric oxide. When you remove those bacteria right before consuming beet juice, you may reduce part of this natural process. It is a small adjustment, but sometimes the smallest changes create better outcomes when they become part of a consistent routine. Another helpful addition is movement. You do not need an intense workout or hours in the gym to support circulation. Something as simple as a 10-minute walk after your morning routine can make a difference. Light stretching, gentle movement, or walking helps encourage blood flow throughout the body. Remember, circulation is not only about what you consume. It is also about how you keep your body active. Your blood vessels respond to movement. Your heart responds to activity. Your entire vascular system benefits when you avoid sitting for long periods of time. Now, let's look at the benefits from 3 different perspectives. First, the biological benefit. The natural nitrates in beets are converted inside your body into nitric oxide. This helps support the relaxation of blood vessels. When blood vessels are able to relax properly, circulation can improve. For men, especially those experiencing changes after 60, supporting healthy blood flow is one of the most important factors in maintaining sexual health. But there is another side that many people overlook: the emotional benefit. When a man starts feeling more energetic and more responsive, something important happens internally. Confidence begins to return. He starts feeling more connected to himself. He feels less worried about his body and more comfortable with who he is. Health is not only measured by numbers on a test. It is also measured by how you feel when you wake up each morning. It is measured by your confidence, your independence, your quality of life, and your connection with the people you love. The practical benefits can also be noticeable. Many men report better morning energy, improved daily stamina, more consistent sleep patterns, and a greater sense of well-being. Of course, every person is different. No single food can replace a healthy lifestyle or medical guidance. But supporting your body with better nutrition, movement, and consistent habits can create a stronger foundation for long-term health. Let me share another example from my experience. A patient named Mr. Anderson came to me at 67 years old. He had been struggling for months. For almost 8 months, he had not experienced a full erection. Like many men, he felt frustrated and started believing that maybe this was simply something he had to accept. But we focused on improving the foundation. We discussed circulation. We discussed daily habits. And we introduced a consistent morning beet juice routine. After about 2 weeks, I received a phone call from him. His voice sounded different. There was a sense of surprise and happiness that had been missing before. He told me, "Doctor, I woke up this morning and there it was. Not weak, not partial, it felt strong. And I didn't need anything extra." For him, it was not only about the physical change. It was about what that moment represented. It represented confidence coming back. It represented feeling like himself again. It represented dignity. And this is something I have witnessed with many different types of men, not just one specific group. I have worked with men from many different backgrounds: plumbers, accountants, veterans, business owners, religious leaders, men with completely different lives and experiences. But they all shared something similar. They believed that their most confident years were already behind them. They thought aging meant accepting decline. But the human body is much more adaptable than many people realize. Getting older does not mean giving up. It means understanding your body better. It means providing the support your body needs. Your body has spent decades working for you. And sometimes, after years of stress, poor nutrition, and lifestyle challenges, it simply needs the right signals to function more effectively. A glass of beet juice will not magically change everything overnight. But it can become part of a larger approach that supports circulation and overall wellness. The message is simple. You are not beyond help. Your body has not stopped responding. It is waiting for the right support. And sometimes, that support can begin with something as simple as changing what you do during the first few minutes of your morning. Now, let's bring everything together and look at how this simple habit fits into a complete strategy for improving circulation, energy, and confidence after 60. When we look at the bigger picture, the most important thing to understand is that the challenge many men face after 60 is not simply about age. It is often about circulation. Age itself is not the enemy. The real concern is what happens inside the body over time. Blood vessels can become less flexible. Nitric oxide production can decrease. Daily habits can slowly affect the way your cardiovascular system functions. And these changes can influence many areas of your health, including energy levels, physical performance, and sexual wellness. That is why the goal is not to fight aging. The goal is to support your body as it changes. A healthy morning routine can become one of the simplest ways to send positive signals to your body. Starting the day with beet juice is not about searching for a quick fix. It is about creating a habit that supports the natural systems already working inside you. The nitrates found in beets can help your body produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps your blood vessels relax. And healthy blood vessel function is an important part of maintaining good circulation. But remember, consistency is what matters most. One morning will not completely transform your health. One glass will not undo years of unhealthy habits. The body responds to repeated actions. The choices you make every day create the environment your body has to work with. That is why I encourage men to think beyond a single food. Think about the complete picture. Think about your sleep. Think about your movement. Think about your stress levels. Think about the foods you regularly put into your body. All of these factors work together. A man who drinks beet juice every morning, but spends the rest of the day sitting, eating highly processed foods, and ignoring his overall health may not experience the same benefits as someone who combines that habit with a healthier lifestyle. Your body needs a complete approach. The morning beet juice routine can be one piece of that foundation. Now, let's discuss what many men want to know. How quickly can you expect changes? Every person is different. Some men may notice changes in energy or circulation within the first week. Others may need more time. The body does not respond exactly the same way for everyone. But with regular use and healthy habits, Many men begin noticing improvements over several weeks. Around 7 days, some men may feel changes in their energy levels and overall sense of well-being. Around 2 weeks, improvements in circulation support and responsiveness may become more noticeable. And after a month of consistency, you are not just following a temporary routine. You are building a foundation for long-term vascular health. The key word here is foundation, because lasting health is not created by one decision. It is created by hundreds of small decisions repeated over time. The food you choose, the movement you include, the habits you maintain, the way you care for your body. These small actions send messages to your body every single day, and your body listens. I also want to address something important. Many men feel embarrassed when they experience changes in sexual function. They think they should simply accept it quietly. But there is no shame in understanding your health. There is no shame in asking questions. There is no shame in looking for ways to improve your quality of life. Sexual health is part of overall health. It is connected to circulation, hormones, emotional well-being, and relationships. Taking care of this part of yourself does not make you weak. It means you value your health. It means you want to continue living with confidence and energy. I have spoken with many men who waited years before discussing these concerns. Some believed nothing could help. Some thought they were too old. Some assumed that losing confidence was just a normal part of aging. But many discovered that small changes could make a meaningful difference. Your body is not your enemy. It is constantly adapting. It is constantly trying to maintain balance. And when you provide it with better support, it can often respond in ways that surprise you. This is why I want you to remember one simple message. You are not finished. Your best moments are not automatically behind you just because you have reached a certain age. There is still room for improvement. There is still room for strength. There is still room for confidence. The goal is not to become the person you were 30 years ago. The goal is to become the healthiest version of yourself today. And sometimes that journey begins with one simple choice: one glass in the morning, one healthier meal, one short walk, one decision to take better care of yourself. These small actions may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they can create powerful changes. Now, let's move toward the final part where we will bring this entire routine together and discuss the final steps you can take to support your circulation, energy, and confidence after 60. So now, let's put everything together and create a simple plan that you can actually follow. Because the most important part of any health routine is not how complicated it sounds. It is whether you can stay consistent with it. For men over 60 who want to support better circulation, energy, and confidence, the foundation begins with your morning habits. Start your day by giving your body the nutrients it needs. A simple option is fresh beet juice on an empty stomach. For many men, around half a cup can be an easy starting point. If drinking beet juice is not your preference, you can blend a small beet into a smoothie or use a quality beetroot powder mixed with water. The goal is not perfection. The goal is creating a routine that you can maintain. After that, support your body with a balanced breakfast. Choose foods that provide steady energy. Foods like eggs, avocado, whole grain toast, or a small amount of nuts can be better options compared to highly processed breakfast choices. Remember, every meal is a message you send to your body. The foods you choose can either support healthy circulation or work against it. Try to reduce foods that may negatively affect blood vessel health, such as excessive sugar, refined carbohydrates, and heavily processed meats. And do not underestimate the importance of movement. A short walk after your morning routine can be a powerful addition. You do not need to run a marathon. You do not need to spend hours exercising. A simple 10-minute walk can encourage circulation, support your cardiovascular system, and help you start the day with more energy. But there is one more important point I want every man watching this to understand. If you are experiencing changes in your erections, do not simply assume it is only a normal part of aging. Sometimes, changes in sexual function can also be connected to your overall health. Blood flow problems can sometimes be an early sign that your cardiovascular system needs attention. Your body often gives you signals before bigger problems appear. That is why listening to your body matters. Taking action early is always better than ignoring the signs. Improving your circulation is not only about intimacy, it is about protecting your heart, supporting your energy, maintaining your independence, and continuing to enjoy life with confidence. A healthy man is not defined by his age. He is defined by how he takes care of himself. I want you to remember the stories we discussed today. Charles, who believed he had lost a part of himself, discovered that small lifestyle changes could bring back hope. Mr. Anderson, who thought his strongest days were behind him, found renewed confidence by focusing on his circulation and daily habits. These men were not different from you. They were simply willing to try a new approach. They were willing to support their bodies instead of giving up on them. And that is the message I want to leave you with today. You are not broken. You are not too old. And you are not beyond improvement. Your body is still capable of responding. Your circulation can still be supported. Your energy can still improve. Your confidence can still return. Sometimes, the biggest changes begin with the smallest actions. One glass, one morning, one decision to prioritize yourself. Do not underestimate what consistent habits can do over time. The human body has an incredible ability to adapt when it receives the right support. So tomorrow morning, think about the first choice you make after waking up. Ask yourself, am I giving my body what it needs to perform at its best? Because your health is built through those daily decisions, not through one quick solution, not through unrealistic promises, but through patience, consistency, and care. If this information gave you a new perspective or helped you understand your body better, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me where you are watching from and what health topic you would like me to discuss next. Your experiences and questions help guide these conversations. And if you found this video valuable, consider sharing it with another man who may need to hear this message. Many men struggle silently because they think they are alone. Sometimes, a simple conversation can encourage someone to take better care of himself. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications for more practical, science-based health information designed to help men over 60 protect their strength, energy, and confidence. Remember this: age is not the end of vitality. Growing older does not mean giving up on yourself. With the right habits, the right mindset, and the right support, you can continue improving your health and quality of life. Your strongest chapter may not be behind you. It may still be ahead. And it can begin with one simple choice, one healthy habit, and one morning at a time.